Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black with the Strat Time Report, and almost didn't do it because it was so boring here, but things are starting to pick up just a touch. So, SPY is still an inside day, and so, we're just sitting there doing nothing for a while, but, mostly the bias is still to the upside due to all the months two and up, right, and the weeks. So, it's still an inside day, but when we're drying up in here, what we want to look at is the internals. Is anything going to break this thing down? And we certainly were not seeing that. We thought we might just sit here and do nothing, but in the last hour or so, we started to pick up just a tad. So as we come into the end of any week, any period really, we want to see, what are we closer to? What's the next two? So at this point, certainly closer to taking out this week's highs, right? We weren't sure after yesterday dropping in if it was that weakness would continue. It didn't. So even if it closes an inside day, still 212 on the month for the SPY. Still now closer to a 2 up on the week coming into the new week. We'll see if we stay inside day or go blasting into the highs over the rest of the day. If we go to QQQ, and QQQ still an inside day, so we're going to be aware of that. And that's why we always say mind the flip, the new 60s, what's going on? Are we going to get out of here? And right now back yesterday after this, was almost doji on the week, but now we're back to almost, closer to a 2 on the week coming into the new week, and still 2 on the month and green. So that looking good, and, it tells us we want to keep an eye on the SMHers. Still inside day, but getting closer. But once again, most things are a 2 up on the month. And remember, they tried to sell these things off, so this is potentially 99, a 2 down, 2 up reversal week. Reversal continuation for the SMHers. We'll get to that in just a second. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, still an inside day, but once again, the month to the upside, closer to taking out this week's highs, even if we do stay as an inside day. And the small cappers here, a little better. You guys still inside day? I thought you took it out. No, it's a 2 up. And so small cappers still 212 month. Closer to 2 on the week. And so it weren't seeing too much, but the SMHers, like I said, SMH trying to come up, and that's going to give you like MU here, having a nice little day, 2 on the month, like so many things, LRCX here, having a nice little day, albeit I think still inside day, but, an AMAT and all your buddies over there to keep an eye on. AMAT having a nice little day, so we'll see how all that goes. If we go to Teslers, and Teslers, looks like still inside day. Might have taken that down to the lows, but had a couple nice little moves in here. Tesla moving around. The problem here is that month doing nothing. A doji on the week. So, Tesla just moving because it's Teslers. If we go to Apple, and Apple takes out yesterday's highs. And here's that broadening formation we're keeping an eye on. Keeps blasting up through here ever since last month. 2 down, 2 up reversal. Coming back through this range. So Apple staying somewhat firm here in the early going. If we go to, believe it or not, KIEU, your winner this week. And look at that, the insurers coming up all week. And that we know it's inside month and up, 212. And Allstate here going again, Allstate. That nice Rev Strat weaker and having a real nice week there is Allstate. And how's Travelers doing? Travelers, how about HIG? HIG, so all these insurance names just still going in here and trying to finish off the week. If we go to Six Flags, now starting to back off a little bit, but yesterday gap down, and then you get a nice 2-2 reversal on that, and that's why some people watch these gaps for more than one day. Down it goes, 2-2 reversal, nice little push here, now backing off, not sure how much further that has to go. If you go to GFS, and GFS is having a nice little day, and you can see these 2 days were stuck in here, but now pedal the metal back up, having a nice week here. The 2 down, 2 up month are now just stalling out inside on the 60, so we'll see how that goes going forward. Gerardo, Rico Suave, Shockwave, still going, and that was on the gapper list here, and that's why you can stay on some of these. I'm like, there's no lower low. This thing just keeps cranking. You get exhaustion risk by getting up into here, but still not nonstop. This was just the initial buy. And that's when some people will be like, oh, they're chasing. And I'm like, the guys who are buying in here, The guys who knew they were going to continue to buy in here, they didn't care. And here they didn't care. They're going to buy everything in sight because they're going to keep buying this thing, and so far they are. If we go to MRAM, MRAM having a nice little day here too, and that's your RevStrat monther. Nope, 2-2 monther coming back through this range, trying to recreate this baby here and having a nice little day in here. So we'll see if that sets up again in here. If you go to the 30, see this, the inside 30 right there. And off she goes. What's going on here? Bloodbath. Get some memeing going on. Bloodbath heating up a little bit in the memes. If we go to MAXN and Maxon, the 3-2, which means on the monthly, which means this selling was getting rejected, and it's still getting rejected. So you got some more room up in here to take this out. 25.39. And you can see how strong this has been right out the chute. We'll see if that sets up again for us this afternoon. General Dynamics having a nice little day here too, and that's going to be 2-2 hammer up on the month. And so it's important to know that all these monthlies are 2-ups, right? Our bias is still to the upside, and so we have a lot of these things jumping around on any given day, but that's what our bias is, because almost everything is a 2-up on the month. So General Dynamics having a nice little day. If you get on little guy Captain Kirk, and nice push yesterday, and now follow through. So he thinks, see if we can take that month. But it was a nice little 2 down, 2 up weaker. This thing's been a lot higher. We call that it used to be somebody. So if whatever they're doing pans out, it's been a lot higher in the past. If we go to Star Surgical, and the Star inside and up on the 60, had a nice day yesterday, and then following through. And once again, used to be somebody. Used to be a lot higher in here. If we go to ALB, and ALB, RevStrat month, 1, 2, 2, and been a little bit higher up into here. Short-term exhaustion risk by taking these guys out, but here's what you look for, the triangle layout. The 2 down, the 2 up, 60, and boom, off it went. So we'll see if that continues. Sets up for us. If you go to Arch, and Arch having a nice little day outside month, and beautiful little 2-2 weaker, 2 down to stop all these guys out, and boom, off she goes. Nice 3 days there for Arch, and here's what you look for right there, the 2 down and the 2 up, and off she goes. If you go to ALT inside on the 60, right, having a nice little RevStrat week, right, Excite, yep, inside, pokes down, stops all these guys out, and then boom, off she goes. So we'll see how that goes into the afternoon. LAC having a nice little day here too, and also a 2 up on the month, and it's been higher. The downside, not really seeing too much, and that's a good sign. QDEL having a little rough day, but other than that, most things are either flattish or to the upside, and that's what we can expect when we see all these 2 ups on the month. So we'll get ready for the weekend vid. Hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of Black, the Strat Time Report.